She lives with her son, Jimmy, who is a loner kid. She is to stay off the 8th floor because it is Malestraz's and the roof because it is too herself up. Later that day, she meets Mary and asks her, how many people? All the other tenants have been evicted, but 2 have refused to leave down this building. She must determine the best rupture points and type of explosives, the apartment building. She discovers that in 1993, there were sealed in small compartments in the building, which were then filled with liquid concrete. The crime's unsolved, and the murderer unknown. Back at the building, Anne is one of the tenants who still lives in this building and refuses to leave. Malestrazza, the architect of the building, who died inside the wall. His face was no longer recognizable. His mother, Mary, was the child shown at the beginning of the film. She was also the child living in the round. The lights go out, and Sam cuts her leg after panicking in the dark to move on her, but she tells him to stop. In the evening, suddenly, Sam is immediately pulled into the wall, and she wakes up as she starts screaming, she wakes up from her sleep. It turns out to be however, it's just her boyfriend, Peter, who wants to give her a surprise. Secret passageway on the floor. Sam goes down it, and she discovers a path. She talks to Mary about it, and Jimmy, who and Sam spend their time together that night. Jimmy grows jealous of them. Before parting, Jimmy apologizes to Sam for spying on her. There must be a large, open space in the center of the building. Jimmy goes to the massive shaft in the center of the building. They hear Jimmy calling from down in the problems at all. But suddenly, Peter is shot by someone with sharp eyes. Awakens at the bottom of the shaft. Surprisingly, she is not alone there. It turns out that he has been trapped there this whole time. Malestrazza reported by Jimmy himself. Shortly, Jimmy sends her a letter from above to her father and sinks her car into a lake. This is all done to create He reveals that he was the mastermind behind the murders of 16 people, destruction that involved burying living victims inside the walls. He wants his. As an act of revenge, Mary decides to keep Malestrazza locked up in the shaft and thought that Malestrazza had died, so that she can keep Malestrazza herself and Jimmy says that he wants to see Sam and Malestrazza dance. Disobey Jimmy's orders. So, Sam agrees to dance. Jimmy tells them to stop and threatens Malestrazza not to touch Sam again. That they can talk and be close. Later that night, Mary comes to the roof, tells Jimmy that the place was for the architect, not for anyone else. In the afternoon, Sam's father and his demolition team, Malestrazza. Sam continues to seduce Jimmy hoping that he will free her. Malestrazza then digs a tomb that he has designed with several pipes connected to the cement tank. He decides to sacrifice himself to save this building. He then Meanwhile, outside the building, Mary is keeping Jimmy calm as they the building. Sam's father tells them to stop the countdown. Arrested as she is involved in the kidnapping of Malestrazza. Masterpiece. He didn't want it to be demolished. He even sacrificed himself. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a